descriptive statistic, for validity testing using person correlation, while for reliability testing using Rambah alpha. The data that test the validity and reliability tests were then analyzed using SAM with the help of most software. This is the participants' identity. Their age is less than 20, 68, 20 to 25, 172. Gender, female is dominated for the participant. For the skill level, only 2% or 5 respondents said that they are expert in technology, and majority of them quite skilled for the device security. This is the descriptive statistic, validity test, and reliability test. We can see that all of the items in the questionnaire has passed the validity and reliability test. And this is the hypothesis testing. We can see that from the p-value, almost all of the hypothesis is proven. They have p-value that below the 0.05, except for perceived usefulness on intention. So this is the result and discussion. Five hypotheses saw significant result, while one hypothesis was not proven significant. The first hypothesis in this study is the effect of perceived cybercrime risk on intention to use mobile banking. The result of data found a negative and significant effect, which means that the higher the risk felt by the participant, the lower their intention to use mobile banking. The result of this study support the findings of Kim et al. 2009, who found a significant negative effect between risk perception and internet banking adoption. This is also the result of the Tusi and Maduku. Result of Tusi and Maduku also support this finding. However, the result from Hassan and Wood also found a negative but not significant, especially for the sample residing in America, Egypt, and the Egyptian population in America. The second hypothesis failed to prove that the effect of perceived usefulness on the internet, the intention use mobile banking, because the probability value 0.511 is greater than 0.05. This is contrary to the findings of Hassan, where for the American and Egyptian sample, the perception of usefulness has a positive and significant effect on the intention to use mobile banking. Similarly, research from Kalan Martodi and Vaidyanathan also found positive and significant effect for the perceived usefulness on the intention to adopt e-banking in India. However, perceived usefulness was found to have positive and significant effect on attitudes, which means that the third hypothesis is accepted. The higher the perception of the usefulness of mobile banking to support daily activities, the more positive the attitude toward mobile banking. And then furthermore, the fourth hypothesis states that the higher the perceived ease of use, the more positive people attitudes toward mobile banking. This study found a positive and significant effect, and contrary to this finding, Hu et al. Found positive but not significant.
Is the result your phenomena in the year Sudarno Konsultan increase, ya kan?
Increase positive.
Yeah. And conclusion is same tangible variable significant positive effect in the clientability. Sudah ikut sesuai.
Sesuai, yes.
Oke, cukup. Bisa Rayu.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tafif.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tapif, for the review to Mr. Suyono's presentation, and also thank you to Mr. Suyono for the presentation. Okay, we have 3 presenters more, and I will go to the next presenter. We have Mr. Sanhari Prawira Direja, Mr. Budi Santoso, Miss Citarani, and Miss Citarani Angga Riswari. Am I right? You have 3 authors in your
Yes,
paper.
you are.
Okay,
Okay,
Mr. Sanhari.
thank you.
Okay, Mr.
Thank
Sanhari,
you.
can you
Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
please
Do you hear me?
share screen your
Okay.
presentation slide first? Yeah, I can hear you, but we cannot see your presentation slide now.
My friend Mr. Budi Santoso share our screen
Okay,
because I'm not alone here.
okay, it's okay, Mr. Sanhari. Okay, Mr. Sanhari, I give the for presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Ms. Astri Ayu Purwanti as moderator and Mr. Ahmad Tafib as reviewer. And of course, good afternoon for all the presenters in room 3 in this international conference of business and management. I'm not alone here. I'm with my colleagues, because Ms. Citra is not here. I'm with Mr. Budi Santoso. And actually, we not do the research. Our program is community service. Of course, we do a little research in analyzing the situation. And our title of this community service program is Pilot Project Digital Marketing for Small Scale Business in Blitar, in Desa Legok, in the Legok village. Okay, next. We do a little research, and in this situation analysis, we found that the problem of small scale business here, we call it UMKM, usaha mikro, kecil, menengah. Actually, the small scale business in Desa Legok, Blitar is micro scale business. And the problem
Yeah, we cannot see your slide. It move.
with the string.
There is a technical
Okay.
problem with that. It's okay, Mr. Sanhari, you can continue your
problem. So I will tell you
will try
about
to
the
share
program.
from your phone.
I cannot do it. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. You can continue your presentation. Just share for the screen before. Okay. Okay, Mr. Sanhari, you can.
Okay.
This one can move.
Okay. So
Okay.
the small scale business problem. First, they do not have digital media to display their digital product. To display their product, because they actually do the marketing communication strategy based on traditional system. And the second, the business is handled in household manner, so that it require connectivity for a wider range of business to improve their product, to improve their sales, of course. So our program try to use digital media by creating web commerce for them as media affiliation, because they guide by Pertakina. Pertakina mean perkumpulan pekerja.
Ini apa tuh Pak ambil satu? Lanjut tuh. Tinggal satu ini gimana?
Ini nggak tahu loh, tadi dipanggil-panggil nggak ada kenapa.
Atau
marketing to improve their business. And my friend, Mr. Budi Santoso, will describe and explain the methodology we use to do this program. But I'm sorry, I think the screen is not moved. Oh, okay, the methodology. Please, Mr. Budi Santoso.
Okay, I will try to explain this part of presentation as simple as possible, because my English is not very well. Okay. Is two stages. This time we starting with we made an analysis of our community service partner. All the partner data we take to determining exactly the needs for this program. For the second stage, based off our data from the needs before we analyze, we made some plans as detailed as possible for the program activities. And the third stage, we start for actual activity of the programs that we planned before. This is the core of our activities. And the last stage, the fourth stage, we evaluate all activities and compare with our planning before, and try to make conclusion of our activities. That's our methodology for this program community. An explanation will be presented by Mr. Sanari.
So based on our stages in methodology, so we have solution plan for problems, the micro business program. And the solution is to create link web commerce, or we call it affiliation web commerce. That's the web for the Pertakina, the organization that guide the small business, the UMKM, and for the small business actors, we create social media, Facebook and Instagram, and the three links of digital media, we will connect it physically in a kind of business card, so they can use the business card as entrance for the customer to know their business and their product. And we describe the solution plan first for the problems they do not have digital media to display digital product. We made solution for them in a product photography training and its presentation in their media. So they can use the stock photos to describe the product. So the aspect of photography technique we plan for them to practice is about point of interest, composition, nuance, and brightness. So we decide the achievement indicator for the first solution.
Recording in progress.
Accordance with the GRI V4 line indicator, so that less information about the company CSR activities is obtained. Conclusions. Based on data analysis that has been carried out, it can be done from the result of the study.
Of marketing media in the form of web commerce and social media, Facebook and Instagram. Next, Mr. Budi. And the photographs of activities. So they try to make stock photos for their social media. And of course, if they make in their social media, inform it and upload it in their social media, the customer will also see the information in the web affiliation, in web commerce of Pertamina. Next, Mr. Budi. So we see the photograph of Instagram and Facebook account that optimized by the small scale business actor. And we see the picture of the business card. So in the business card, you see the 3 links of web commerce, Instagram, and Facebook. Of course, we must continue the program in social media like TikTok and YouTube. And we find out the solution and follow up of this program. There are inhibiting factors. It's related with the enthusiasm of small scale business. Yeah, it's not comprehensive sometimes. We purposely choose 12 small business to join to participate in this program, but yeah, actually, I think only 4 of them that that have enthusiasm to follow this program. So we must continue to improve our program, and we still have the WA group to still communicate with them to improve the marketing strategy in using digital media. But of course, there are supporting factors. Yeah, I already talked about that. There are a number of small scale business who are enthusiastic about participating in this community service program. So the solution, I think we must comprehensively aim and enthusiastic small scale business group to encourage them to still join and participate in this program. So if other members of small business see their successful story, they will follow the program. I think that's our presentation, and we know the photograph of our activities. Thank you, Ms. Astri Ayu.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sanhari. Yeah, this is not a research, yeah. This is a community services that you have to, has done, yeah, with your friends, yeah, Mr. Budi Santoso. And I will give the time to Mr. Taufik to ask a question.
Thank you, Ms. Ayu. Thank you, Mr. Sanhari and Mr. Budi. The data pilot project, digital marketing, UKM in Blitar, case study. UMKM is not capital. UMKM is not promotion. UMKM mungkin ya, is not a technology and jutek. In digital marketing is UMKM, not technology. Why your Mr. Sanhari and Mr. Budi digital marketing implementation in because UMKM is not capital, it's not promotion, it's not technology, and it's not financial statement. Why implementation your case study in the UMKM? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad Taufik. We choose the digital marketing as our program for the small scale business because we think digital marketing is cheap to use because we can use our cellular and use our quota to make marketing promotion. For the first time, I hesitate. Is there any difficulties to make them use the Instagram? Actually, they have all of the small scale business has the Instagram. So we create fan page for to use, not just for social communication, but to use it as of marketing. They already have the Instagram and the Facebook. Also, they have the Facebook, but we know that they use Facebook for social communication, for everyday conversation with their friends, with their families. But now they can use it for the marketing purpose. So, but they must create stock photos. They must create stock photos for their product, and they must have ability to communicate, right? The product, the function, the source, how it used positively for the customers. So I think it's not difficult to use the media digitally because they already have the gadget and they already have the account, Instagram account and Facebook. Yeah. So I think the program must be continued with the familiar tool too, TikTok and YouTube. So not just stock photo, but they must use a video to add value to their product. But yeah, of course, we must do it continuously and make them seriously use the media, not just for everyday communication, not just stop and make fun of their everyday life, but use it as tool of marketing. I think that's our opinion about the program, Mr. Taufik.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Ayu.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tapif. Okay, and also thank you for Mr. Sanhari for the presentation. But Mr. Sanhari, is that okay to publish your this community program to the research proceeding?
Okay, I think it's
Yeah.
okay.
Because we'll publish all the paper in this ICO BIMA in the research proceeding, not the community service proceeding.
Yeah, I think for me and my team, it's okay.
Okay.
Maybe we don't know the requirement, but I don't know the rules of the journal. Maybe if it's not okay to publish our community program, it's okay to we will find other journal to submit it. If it is not it is not about it is not match the community service to the community, our community service to the program. But if your
Okay, right.
is
We'll give the information to the secretariat
okay.
because we need to make sure that all the authors agree, yeah, to publish in our proceedings or our journal, yeah, not community services journal. But if you want to publish in the community services journal, we also have one of the community services journal. Yeah, maybe you can.
It's all right.
It's all right. You can make a contact to our organizer, or our organizer will contact you before publish your paper. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Astri.
Okay, Mr. Sanhari, thank you for the presentation. And
Ayu is still mute.
oh, sorry.
Mute.
Okay, sorry, I was mute. Okay, for the next presenter, we have Mr. Nicholas Renaldo, Mr. Fadrul, Mr. Suharjo, Mr. Andi, Mr. Tandi 70, Mr. Hinsatopa Simatupang with the title The Role of Environmental Accounting in Improving Environmental Performance Through CSR Disclosure. Who will present this paper, Mr. Nicholas?
It's me gonna present this paper. Thank
Okay,
you.
try to show your slide presentation first. Okay, yeah, I give the 10 minutes to Mr. Nicholas to present your research paper.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Mr. Vip and Miss Ayu. Today I'm going to present our paper. Title is The Role of Environmental Accounting in Improving Environmental Performance Through CSR Disclosure. The rise of industrial development in Indonesia, which is not accompanied by adequate environmental social responsibility results in environmental demands. Company undergoes a long process starting from processing raw materials into finished materials with the aim of maximizing company profits. In this long process, the company sometimes only think about how to maximize the company profit and ignore its environmental social responsibility so that environmental damage occurs. The forest and land fires occur as a result of the shift in land use to plantation land. According to Rakima and Agustia 2009, the company's environmental performance is the company's ability to create a good environment. Efforts in implementing environmental performance are in line with Indonesian government regulations regarding the company performance assessment program, or it's called PROPER in Indonesia, issued by the Ministry of Environmental and Forestry. One of the factors that affect environmental performance is environmental accounting. Here are the research framework. The first hypothesis is environmental accounting has a positive effect on environmental performance. The second hypothesis is disclosure of CSR has a positive effect on environmental performance. And the third hypothesis is environmental accounting has a positive effect on environmental performance with corporate social responsibility as an intervening variable. The study used quantitative methods with the test used is associative hypothesis testing with the unit analysis used. The total sample is 32 firms and analysis using Smart PLS with some criteria. This is the result. Based on the result of the environmental accounting test on environmental performance, it can be concluded that the environmental accounting variable has a positive effect on environmental performance. The application of environmental accounting in plantation companies plays an important role, especially in reducing the impacts of environmental issues that have been generated. The second hypothesis. Based on the results of the corporate social responsibility test on environmental performance, it can be concluded that the corporate social responsibility variable has a significant positive effect on environmental performance. Plantation companies that have good environmental performance tend to have high social awareness compared to companies that have poor environmental performance or do not follow proper. And the third hypothesis, the effect of environmental accounting on environmental performance with disclosure of corporate social responsibility as an intervening variable. Based on the results, we can see that the p-value of 0.043 is less than 0.05, means that the environmental accounting can affect the environmental performance through the corporate social responsibility variable. This shows that applying environmental accounting followed by CSR disclosure will further improve the company's environmental performance because the items in CSR disclosure are the same as the criteria in proper assessment. Based on the results of the research that has been done, it can be concluded that first, environmental accounting has a significant positive effect on environmental performance. Second, corporate social responsibility has a positive effect on environmental performance. And the third is there is an influence of application of environmental accounting on environmental performance with corporate social responsibility as an intervening variable. Recommendations that can be given are companies that are directly related to the environmental should follow proper in order to improve the company's image. In order to compile a direct cost report environment separately with business expense account to provide information on environmental quality control. Present financial reports in accordance with PSIK number 1 paragraph 9 and PSIK number 33 paragraph 66 of year 2007. CSR disclosure can also be made on the company's website so that it can be seen directly by website visitors. This is the end of my presentation. I will give back my time to moderator, Ms. Ayu. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to Mr. Nicholas to have a fast presentation. And I will give the time to Dr. Tapif to ask one or two questions to Mr. Nicholas.
Thank you, Mr. Ayu. Mr. Nicholas, the role of environmental accounting improvement and environmental CSR discourse. Plantation or mineral on your research in titelnya no plantation. Okay, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Research in plantation plantation or
Yes.
mineral.
plantation on Indonesian Stock Exchange.
In detail, no informant to me.
Oh,
The little informant and floating instrumental disclosure in ya kan plantation in exchanges in Indonesia.
yes, yes.
Your research, how many population?
Population is 19 company and the sample is 8 company. I take 4 years, so 8 times 4 is 32 data of observation data. 32 observation data.
Observation data, okay.
Yes.
Yes. Implementation your research to investor. What's the implementation your research to investor? Investor.
Investor nowadays not just looking for financial performance, but also non-financial performance. One of the non-financial performance is environmental performance. Investor would likely to select the companies that have a good status in environmental, because as we know, we need environmental to support our life. And if companies does not support the environmental regulation, it's gonna be blacklisted by Proper. Proper is a rating assessment that done by Kementerian Lingkungan Hidup dan Kehutanan. So if it got blacklist from the LHK, investor would not likely to invest in that companies. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ayu.
Okay, enough Dr. Tapif with the question. Okay, thank you very much to the Mr. Nicholas. Okay, we have the next presenter, Miss Rafika. Miss Rafika Permatahati, Miss Aprilia Meriska, Miss Rizky Eka Putra, and Miss Aznedra. Miss Rafika or friends are here with us. Good afternoon, Miss Rafika or the team. Okay, I think Miss Rafika are not here with us. So we will continue to the last presenter. Okay, wait. Okay, this is the additional presenter, so I need to open the manuscript first. Okay, last presenter. Sorry?
Yep. Miss Ayu, there are 2 more presenters.
2 more presenter?
Yes.
Miss Rafika or team are not here yet.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be a week.
We will continue with the last presenter. Okay, our last presenter is Mr. Tengku Arif Lukman, Miss Laila Hafni, Mr. Hari Patuan Panjaitan, Mr. Teddy Chandra, and Mr. Hendria Kurniawan with the title The Influence of Service Quality on Taxpayer Satisfaction and Taxpayer Compliance at Bapenda Riau Province. Okay, Mr. Tengku Arif Lukman or the team already here. Okay, Mr. Hendria Kurniawan, I saw you. Mr. Hendria, did you hear me?
Okay, Miss, I hear you. Okay, Miss.
Okay.
It's Astri Ayu.
Okay, can you prepare your presentation slide and then share your presentation slide to us? Okay, Dr. Tapif, I want to remind you to fill the evaluation form. Okay, because after the last presenter, we will announce the best paper and also the best presenter.
Okay, Miss,
Okay.
do you look my presentation?
Okay, so it and you try to slideshow
Okay.
presentation slide.
Right.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Awi, I'll give the time to you to present your research paper.
Okay. First, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all, especially for my reviewer, Dr. Ahmad Tafib, and my moderator, Mrs. Sri Ayu Purwati. I hope everything is good condition. Okay. In this question, I want to present about my paper, Human Research Management. Before, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Andrea Kurniawan. My paper title is The Influence of Service Quality on Taxpayer Satisfaction and Taxpayer Compliance at Bapenda, Riau Province. Okay. We know tax are the main income from the state budget or PBN. So without tax, it's difficult for this country to carry out the operational activities, including the Riau province or province Riau. I found that 2021, the tax revenue of motor vehicle tax was only 33.4% of the total taxpayer who comply with tax payment obligation. This is a problem for the Riau province because the target of the achieving taxpayer per year is so low. Next, from the research conducted by Dharma 2014, is the one of the complaint factor of the taxpayer is service quality. The research tried to conduct the survey to prove the truth of the research conducted by Dharma 2014, and the result show the people in Riau province we are not satisfied with the service provided. So given the bioregional regency in the provincia of Bapenda in Provinsi Riau. So it's the problem about the paper. So next. So in research gave my paper from the research previous studies, there are still inconsistency in the result of the variables. This is the background for the need for the future research because the inconsistency result because the paper as the result. Hypothesis. From the result of previous studies, which saw inconsistency of the result. The hypothesis is the study is false. First, the effect of service quality on taxpayer satisfaction. Two, the effect of service quality on taxpayer compliance. And three, the effect of taxpayer satisfaction on taxpayer compliance. Next. My research model. The following is research model that will be analyzed in study where the study use one dependent variable and two independent variable. So what the methodology? So in this paper, location of the research in Bapenda Riau province, in the province Riau at Gajah Mada Street number 200. The population in these studies is all the taxpayer who have been registered with the Bapenda at Province Riau, which are 1,358,720 is the taxpayer we register. And from the interpopulation is the solar. The determination of the sample size in the study use the Taro Yamame approach. It's the known the sample used the study gets good result as many 145 respondent the selected sample.
Recording in progress.
Yes, in area 4, you can make a visit in my department in Madiun State Polytechnic. Okay. Summary: there is a difference when the polytechnic is in the supervision area 1 and 4. Internal supervision refer to the technical guideline, the Ministry of Education and Culture. SPE role is to provide assurance and consultation to ensure that results are managed properly. Okay, I think enough for my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nova, for incredible presentation. And it's time for Pak Hari to give a review or a question for Nova. Please, Pak Hari.
Okay, thank you, Miss Yusnita. Good afternoon, Pak Nova.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hari Panjaitan. Okay.
Yeah. I want to ask you about is there SPI? Yeah, SPI.
Yes.
Your SPI. What's the problem? SPI. About the
Research.
In area 1 and area 4, right?
Yes,
area 1 refer to SMK, and area 4 refer to higher education, university.
Yes.
Do you have any difficult to implementation, maybe to implementation the SPI program?
Okay, Mr. Thanks, Mr. Hari Panjaitan. In area 1, internal supervisory unit or SPE is same with vocational high school. Mungkin saya lanjutkan dengan bahasa Indonesia. Itu terjadi di sekitar tahun 2019-2020, Pak. Jadi dulu itu kementerian kita membentuk yang namanya Dirjen Vokasi. Kemudian sebelumnya Politeknik itu berada di area 1 bersama dengan perguruan tinggi negeri yang lain. Selanjutnya ketika ada Dirjen Vokasi, kita disamakan dengan Akademi Komunitas dan SMK. Maksudnya disamakan di sini adalah areanya itu sama. Sehingga apa yang terjadi pada waktu tahun 2019 dan tahun 2020 itu kebetulan pandemi COVID-19. Karena pandemi COVID, transformasi atau komunikasi yang jarang, kemudian adanya pandemi ini membuat semacam pelayanan daripada SPI ini kurang optimal. Nah, kemudian ketika tahun 2022 kembali lagi di area 4, akhirnya SPI-nya Dirjen Vokasi ini sudah satu area dengan SPI-nya universitas atau pendidikan tinggi yang lain. Oleh karena itu, karena kita sudah satu area dan sebelum tahun 2019 dan 2018 sudah ada grup, sehingga memudahkan kami dalam hal komunikasi. Karena apa? Karena dalam hal operasional Kemendikbud itu SPI diminta untuk memberikan SKS seperti itu.
Oke, berarti lebih bagus Pak ya, lebih
bagus ya, yes.
Bagus ya, oke.
More
Ya,
interest.
terima kasih Pak Nova.
Okay. Thanks Mr. Hari Panjaitan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay, thank you so much, Panova. Actually, we have one more presenter, Bu Erisa Raswir, and then I hope that the other presenters still want to wait until this room finish, and we are going to move to main room. Okay, so it's time yours, Bu Erisa, please.
Okay, thank you, Miss Yusnita. First, I want to ask, is my voice heard clearly
Yeah,
or not?
that's good.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Well, thank you for everyone to give me the chance. I will present our research. Actually, I represent for Ibu Maria and Ibu Marilyn Terry to replace them because one of the reasons. Well, our research is entitled Analysis of the Effect of Alpha Gift Electronic Service Quality on the Customer Satisfaction using ICO method. Well, next slide of our abstract is this research was conducted with the aim to determine the effect of alpha gift service quality and the magnitude of the influence of serve qual on user satisfactions in these applications. And this study population was all the people who had used the alpha gift application, and the numbers was not known with certainty, so that the sample was taken using the non-probability sampling method type purposive sampling with the number of respondents taken as many as 130 respondents in the city of Jambi. This research was processed using algorithm, multiple linear regressions, and use tools SPSS versions of 25. And the results wholly obtained that the data analysis showed the reserve quality hypothesis used in the study had positive and significant effect on the satisfactions. Well, the backgrounds, with the time, people lifestyle is increasingly instantaneous, and they want something practical but quality. And the quality is a measure to extent to which a product or service meets the needs, empathy, desires, and expectations of customers. And to provide convenience for internet users, the company creates electronic service as a call so that access to get the products or service needed becomes faster, easier, self-effective, and efficient. And the method of unserved calls is defined the extent to which the website facilitates efficient and effective shopping, purchasing, and delivery. Then this is less the Alpha gives as an application to shop for various kinds of products that people need online, which launched by PT Sumber Alpharia Trijaya Tbk. And the constraints of the research is that the unusable stopping vouchers and the difficulty logging in the sense of the user's account is suddenly locked out of the Alpha applications. And then we make a problem formulations. How does the alpha give service quality affect customer satisfactions and indicators that need to be improved to improve the quality and is of called service on customer satisfaction as alpha gives users. And the problem limits that we have is analyzing the quality of the alpha give application electronic service on customer satisfactions and the data collections using only questionnaire, and samples were taken from the customers in the Jambi city, and the method we use is calls, and the tools we use is SPS at 35. And this is the purpose of the research is to knowing the effect of alpha gives service quality on user satisfaction and knowing how much influence Zepco has on user satisfaction in the alpha give application. Well, we hope the benefits of this research is for the company can be the input or recommendations to always improve the quality of the service to the satisfaction and alpha give applications and for this and for us as the researchers, this can be taken considerations. It's analyzing to related to the satisfaction, service, and additional knowledge. Well, this is the methodology of our research. This is the models of our hypothesis. It can be seen on the screens. I will not explain for detail, and because I am the additional uh, presenters, so I will make the time is more efficient. And this is the hypothesis models that we have. There are three hypotheses where there are four variables for the ASFS quality that there are efficiency, fulfillment, system availability, and privacy, and three variables for the e-recovery service quality that there are responsiveness, comprehensions, contact, and the hypothesis is related to the satisfactions and the table besides is about the data and populations that we use, the presentations and the amount of the respondent that we use. There are many kind of genders and the status and also the ages. Okay, the next the test we in our research, the first is validity test and the next is reliability test. As we know that validity test is for measures the validity of the questionnaires and the results that we got is the table has a value of 0.7 and 6 760 five bigger than 0.197, which means that all e-recovery service quality as the X2 variables items are declared valid. And in the table satisfactions, Y has a value that we can we can see on the screens, which mean that all items of satisfactions are declared valid because they have or count greater and than our table. Then it is state that all instruments used in the pretest of this research are valid because the calculated R value are greater than the R table values. And the next is reliability test, as we know it as the reliability test is to measure the reliability of the instrument. It's different with the validity, where the validity is about the questionnaires. And the results of reliability test, it can be seen that our results, that means all the research instruments are declared reliable, and can be further processed as well as the recovery variable. And we also done the normality test. Normality test is, I'm sorry, uh, the results of our normality test that meaning that the data is well modeled with a normal distributions, then our data is normally distributed. Then we also done the multicollinearity test, as we know is this test aims to determine whether there is an intercorrelation between independent variables. Here is how to find out whether or not there are symptoms of multicollinearity using the tolerance and PIF methods. As we know that if PIF value is less than 10, then there is no multicollinearity. And the results of our research that is all the data variables are free from multicollinearity problems. And last, we done the heteroscedasticity test, where this test is aims to test whether the data is in regression model has an inequality or difference in variance from the residual of one observations to other observations and the results of our test, there are significance value of our two variables are more than 0.05, so that there is no variance inequality from residual from the observations to another, and it is concluded that the existing data is free from heteroscedasticity. Well, the conclusions of the test in this research is that the process of analyzing the influence of gives electronic service quality on customer satisfaction using the ICO model. The following conclusion can be drawn. First, in the study, the authors found that the hypothesis one with a test on Y was accepted, which means there is an influence of air surface quality on satisfactions with value 53%, and on the hypothesis 2, the second hypothesis on the why it was rejected, where the satisfaction value only 8%. And in this study, it turns that our authors found that hypothesis 3 with the F on Y was accepted, which means there is effect of variable x1 and x2 on Y. So it can be concluded that hypothesis 3 is accepted, which means there is influence of the e-service quality and e-recovery service quality in general, simultaneous to satisfactions, and it can be concluded that models is accepted and all independent variables simultaneously have a significant impact on the dependent variable. So the service quality and e-recovery service factors simultaneously have an impact. This is some suggestions. I will not read it. And the causing through and research results is service quality has large enough influence on satisfaction so that all format companies are expected to improve the quality of the service provided. Okay, that's all our presentations. I will stop our screen and I will give it back to Miss Yusnita.
Okay, thank you so much, Bu Erisa, for the fantastic presentation. Pak Hari, time is yours, Pak. Only 5 minutes. Thank you, Pak.
Okay, thank you, Miss Yusnita.
Rashwin.
Good afternoon, Dr. Harry. I'm replaced for Miss Maria and Miss Mary, actually.
Oh yeah.
There's no my name here, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Your research is very interesting about alpha gift, right? Alpha gift.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe can you elaborate? Did you find the business or let's say the customer doesn't feel good about the service quality in alpha? Maybe one or two.
Yes, Dr. Harry. So, if from the results of our research, it said that the first hypothesis is accepted, but not for the second hypothesis, where hypothesis is about efficiency, fulfillment, system availability, and privacy. It has depend and influence the satisfactions of alpha gift, but not for responsiveness, compensations contact that we got from the test.
Excuse me, can you repeat it? What the full?
Okay, the variable that has good impact to the satisfactions is on service quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. The variable are first accuracy, the second is fulfillment, the third is system availability, and the last is privacy.
No, I mean,
No.
from your questionnaire, maybe you got the week of the efficiency or full business
Oh yeah.
from the question. Do you have any?
Yeah, it means I have to look into our questionnaires and the data, but actually I don't hold those data, Dr. Harry. I'm sorry because I replaced for a person, so I just analyze the results of others' research.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
sorry.
thank you, Erisa.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Harry. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Hari and Erisa. So our last
Yeah,
presenter
thank
has
you,
finished
Miss.
presenting. Therefore, we
Thank
have
you so
come
much.
to
Yes.
the end of this parallel session. All of you did a great presentation, and then actually fantastic. What else that I should talk to express my expression. Thank you for your time. Please join us back in the main room for the announcement of the best presenter and best paper. We will meet there again. The announcement around 4:15. So please kind of move to main room. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Ya. Ya. Saya keluar dari breakout room dulu ya. Boleh? Oh, kamu di sini sekarang. Oke. Jadi saya isi oke. Segera saya isi. Saya keluar dulu ya kalau begitu ya. Nanti hasilnya saya WA ke kamu gitu. Oh iya, dia langsung masuk. Dia langsung masuk di sistem. Oke, saya masuk ke sistem. Thank you.
Kawan yang lama ditinggalkan jangan. Solera, 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 anak yang manis, anak manis janganlah ditiru, sayang kau ditiru, biarlah pipinya. Anak manis janganlah ditiru, sayang kau ditiru, biarlah pipinya. 1, 2, 3 dan 4, 5, 6, 7 dan 8. Kalau Tuhan dapat kau terus, yang sama ditinggalkan jangan. Kalau Tuhan dapat kau terus, sayang kawan yang lama ditinggalkan jangan. Anak manis, janganlah ditium, sayang. Kalau ditium, merahlah pipinya.
Kalau Tuhan dapat kawan baru, sayang kawan yang lama ditinggalkan jangan.
Halo Sobat Pinkes, 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 halo Sobat Pinkes.
Jangan benchmark diri kita ketinggian, karena kalau sibuk lihat ke atas sambil jalan, itu selokan di depan nggak kelihatan.
Bener.
Rasain lu.
Lancang kuning berlayar malam, hai berlayar malam. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, hai berlayar malam. Haluan menuju ke laut. Haluan menuju ke laut. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, lancang kuning berlayar malam. Kalau nakoda, kalau
Hai kurang lapar, kalau nakoda.
air curang lava. Alamatlah kapal akan tenggelam. Alamatlah akan tenggelam. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, lancang kuning berlayar malam. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, berlayar malam. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, berlayar malam. Haluan menuju ke lautan. Lancang kuning berlayar malam, lancang kuning berlayar malam.